How can you memorize a speech 10 times faster, even in one night? And not only to remember your lines, but also to deliver a speech that looks and feels natural and that creates an impact. I've used these 7 hacks with both of my TEDx talks, and they've helped all the speakers that I'm working with their presentation, their interviews, their talks, their speeches. And the first big secret is that a great speech is not one that is perfectly delivered word for word. It makes you look and feel like a robot. But a great speech is one that is delivering a message, that is captivating and engaging an audience, that grabs their attention. A great speech is one that looks and feels natural. A great speech is one that flows well. A great speech is one that people will remember. And to create a great speech, it starts with memorizing the right way. And memorizing the right way starts with good content. It's 10 times harder to memorize a speech or a presentation when the words are not flowing well, when you're using words that are not conversational, words that are difficult to pronounce, words that are not really your words. When you're creating your content, check if it's easy to understand. If a 10-year-old could understand it, are you using words that are flowing naturally and using words that are conversational? Do you have a clear structure? Do you have a good hook, a captivating hook, a good body with a few points and a strong conclusion? Are you making your message clear? Is the message, the idea, in a TEDx talk, we talk about the idea word spreading. Is your point of the whole presentation and speech, is that coming out clearly through your speech? Are you using some facts, some figures, maybe a quote? Are you telling a story? Are you using some humor, some emotions? People don't remember your words, but people remember how you make them feel. Even if your material is technological, is scientific, is dry stuff. I was working with a client and he's the founder of a software company, so very dry material. But even so, in his presentation, we explained how many hours he was working in his office, trying to figure all these figures out. Until then, he developed the software to really help and relieve the exhaustion. So there's ways to add in your story and some emotions and feelings in every single speech or presentation. The next thing to do with your content is to write it out. Write it out completely, word for word, how you would say it. And this is very helpful for the next steps. So when you write it entirely out, you will also be able to highlight and put in bold or capitalize or color. Doesn't matter what you prefer, but you will make sure that you highlight words that you need to speak louder, words that need more attention, add pauses. So here's the thing, the volume, the space, the tone, the pauses, all of that will matter in the delivery of your speech. And it makes a difference. If I'm delivering a speech like this with all the same tone and the same pace and the same volume, it is very boring and I'm going to lose your attention. But if I say to you, hey, did you know that I was doing this last night? I'm going to tell you. Are you excited? Here's the thing. And so when I continue like that, I might exaggerate a little bit, but with pauses, with different volume, different pace, different tone, you really captivate and engage the audience. Now, when you go to step 3, is that you read it out loud. You read your entire speech exactly how you wrote it out, with the highlights, with the tone, with the pace. You read it out loud. And that's when sometimes there are still a few words here and there that you might change. Because when you read it out loud, you'll notice like, ooh, I'm stumbling over this, or I'm not quite sure about that. And then it's not about changing the content at all. It's just about changing a little word here and there. And then step 4 is to record yourself. You record yourself on audio. So it's easy enough on your phone. Every phone can do this. And you record. So you read your entire script exactly how you would present it, and you record the audio. And that's important for the next step. Once you recorded your audio, you're gonna listen to it all the time. So when I was preparing for my TEDx talks, each time and every presentation after that, I was walking, going to the grocery store, driving in the car, biking around, and I was always listening to my speech. When you're showering, put your phone in the bathroom and listen to your speech. And especially before you fall asleep. There is this not magical, it's scientifically proved actually, that before you fall asleep, you're in this theta brainwave state, not the alpha and beta and exciting, action kind of modus, but you're falling asleep. And then when you listen to your recording, then your subconscious picks it up. So listening to your audio when you walk, you talk, you bike, you drive, all of the time, it will really help you. And while you're listening, always try to be ahead. Like the way you memorize it is because not just you listen, but before you listen the next sentence or the next line or the next paragraph, you already start rehearsing and practicing. Oh yeah, now I'm going to say this. Oh yeah, now I'm going to say that. Or you just say out loud what you're hearing. So really play around with that recording all of the time. The next is the mirror technique. You may or may not like it, but it's very effective. Talking about likes, have you hit the like button and the subscribe? It would really help my channel, and you don't miss any of my videos every single week about making money online, escaping the 9-to-5, and ways to help you grow and work from anywhere. When you're standing in front of the mirror and you're practicing out loud, it is effective because you hear your own words and your brain picks that up. But also you see yourself and you're adding different behaviors and you're going a bit left and a bit right and you're making a step forward and backwards. And I can make another video about actual behaviors because you don't want to, stand and just wobble all the time. There are different techniques when it comes to standing and just moving once in a while so you still captivate the audience and you don't make them nervous or annoyed because you're moving around too much. The next step is to video record yourself. You may not like it, but here's the thing. You record yourself exactly how you've been practicing. You've been rehearsing, you've been memorizing in front of the mirror. You add your behaviors, your pace, your tone, your volume, and you do it exactly how you would do it for real. When you then rewatch your video, you will notice, am I moving too much? Am I moving my hands too much? Am I not moving enough? And this will help you improve a ton. And the final step is visualize yourself. And even if you don't believe in visualization or any of that, this is what top performers do and top athletes do when they want to break records. They see themselves in their minds before they have their race, before they have their performance, before you have your speech or your presentation. You see yourself giving your presentation. And it's going well and it's flowing and you're presenting and you're smiling, and then you see the people applause and the people thank you and people come to you and give you feedback like, wow, it was amazing and you did so well, and you feel really well. That mini mind movie you play over and over during the day before you fall asleep, and that vision will become reality for you. Now, even if you memorize your speech, you remember all of your lines, but you're still fearful and have this anxiety about speaking in public, about giving a presentation, about speaking up, then watch this next video, because those hacks and steps will make fear melt away like chocolate in your mouth. I'll see you there.